we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign
Good morning to you. Livewire TV is coming to you live from a field, Sophia. This is just outside the Sophia Primary School, one of the many polling stations across the country this morning. It is election day 2025. We'd have brought you a bit of coverage a little earlier on Comrade Courdel Jones's page of voting happening at Houston. This here is at the Sophia Primary School where persons are lining up to vote. The process seems to be quite peaceful. I don't see anybody disgruntled, so I guess persons arriving here thus far would have been able to locate their names on the list and they would have been able to vote without any issue. Based on my preliminary assessments, I'm now getting a little close. I don't want to get too close to the polling station. That's probably going to pass by and shoot from the opposite direction. But persons are coming out in their numbers to cast their vote. I do see a police presence within the nursery school itself. So there are peace officers in the area to maintain order. Um, and as I said, this is one of the many polling stations across the country. Regainees will come out this morning and cast their vote for the next administration. As I said before, I would have already voted at my polling station, and the process was quite smooth. The GCOM staff were quite professional. They had scrutineers there from various political parties as well. I am absolutely sure that that's the same case here. And persons are moving through the process quite easily. Hi, morning. Do y'all have an easy time voting? Was the process smooth?
We now going.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so they're now going. I guess this is not their polling station. So they're heading to in another direction there, right? But as I said, it's pretty quiet out here outside the Sophia Primary School. Um, Quite a few cars parked out here. I'm thinking that these belong to the GCOM staff who are manning this polling station today. As I said, just upstairs there, you see there's a police officer and stuff, so the the police are on the ground. GCOM staff, the polling stations were opened at 6 a.m. this morning. And so, tell me about the process.
Was speed enough for me.
Uh, all right, thank you. So, as the young lady said, she voted like a boss. The process was pretty smooth. Um, they didn't have, at least for her, there wasn't any hiccup. She found her name on the list, and everything seems to be going fine here at the Sophia Primary School. If you look at the persons at the gate, you'll see there are quite a few persons there inside the polling station already. At least 100 persons in there already. So things are moving smoothly in Sophia, and the voting process continues. We're gonna try and get to some other polling stations just to show you, um, to give you an idea of what's going on, how the voting process, how the voting process went. Try to see if we get somebody else who's coming out to probably ask. Morning, sir. The process went smoothly. Thanks. Yes, so that's another individual saying it was a smooth process, not having any issues. And you can see the indelible ink. Hi, good morning, good morning. Yeah, man. They could see the indelible ink on their finger, just as mine, to ensure that persons only vote one time, right? So we're gonna head out and see what's happening at the other polling stations as we keep you guys um, update you, I should say, on what's happening in and around the capital city on elections day, right? So we're coming to you from AFU Sophia, and more specifically, the polling station here at the Sophia Primary School. As I said, hundreds of persons in there already. More persons arriving as we speak to cast their vote in this 2025 general and regional elections. As persons would know, today has been declared a holiday. So, so persons have all the time in the world to get out and exercise their franchise. Somebody got scrape on the back of the bus. Somebody right there. I don't think that's the order, right? But we're gonna see if we find a couple more polling stations to show you guys the process. To probably speak with some of the voters after the fact to find out how the process was for them, and then we'll try to get some comments from some of the party heads from various parties contesting in this general and regional election. I think there's another polling station here in Sophia. We'll probably go check that one before we move off. Right? Let me just confirm.
This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here. And we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
So, guys, we just stopped at the Sophia Primary School. There's also a polling station here at the nursery school. I don't think this is the Sophia Nursery School. It may have another name. This building right here. There's a. I swear some drivers in Guyana ridiculous by. Anyway, so this nursery school here, yes, it is the Sophia Nursery School. There's a polling station here. What come out the road. So we're gonna go in here. I see Clayton. I think this is Clayton Hines out here. So we're gonna try and see if we could get a comment from him.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue saki, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Make no mistake. We ain't giving up no
So
mountain.
this here is the
We ain't
Sophia
giving up
Nursery
no
School.
tree.
As I
We
said
ain't
before,
giving up no river.
quite a few persons here as well. As I said, I saw Clayton Hines earlier. I was gonna see if I could get a comment, but we had some traffic and he went back on the inside. Um, I don't know if he's in earshot. I don't see him on the outside. So this is the Sophia Nursery School polling station. All quiet, everything seems to be going well. Um, the voting process seems to be going smoothly. Persons have, at least thus far, visited 3 polling stations. I haven't heard anybody complaining about not finding their name on the list or having to go to another polling station or not knowing where they had to vote or having any issues in relation to casting their ballot. So thus far, at around 7:20 a.m. on elections day, we haven't seen anyone having any issues, or at least I have not heard anyone raising any issues with the election process or casting their ballot or anything in relation to that so far. Oh, I see Mr. Clayton Hines. We'll probably see if we could get a word from him. He's on the phone at the moment. Mr. Hines. Morning. I'm doing it live. I wanted to get a comment on how the process is. Huh? I said I'm doing it live. I wanted to get a comment on how the process is.
Why not? Since you're doing bad man, I'm fighting.
No, man, don't do that. Don't do that. So, we with Mr. Clayton Hines, councillor for the Mayor City Council for the APN, well, the PNC, but on the APNU slate here.
Constituency 5.
Right. So, we're at the Sophia Nursery School. What has the process been like? Has there been any hiccups, anything of the sort?
Well, there have been some early little hiccups where some people who arrived late and GCOM was on time. And they had some instances. There was a problem because they were supposed to have on site what I will call kind of voter assistance.
Okay.
And that kind of facility has not been established. So I've been trying to guide people on my own phone to see what help I can get. But that is a responsibility that ought to be with GCOM, and they don't have it.
Okay.
That service is not there. But there are some people, because of the way the thing is organized alphabetically, there's some from A to H, A to this and so on. So people come who haven't saw it. If they don't know that, then if they had a GCOM voter assistant there, that would have been done right away.
All right. I see you're busy. Thank you for the comment, though.
Okay.
Yes, so that's Clayton Hines from the APNU, talking about persons having some issues in relation to, like I said, in Houston, at the Houston Nursery School, they had several tents. So from Macdome, Houston, any other areas in there, you had a specific tent to go to. He's saying that GCOM was supposed to have voter assistance to help persons to locate, well, which polling booth in the location they're going to. So take, for instance, the Sophia Primary School. There's sections to North Sophia, I guess South Sophia, the different fields, the different sections of Sophia within the one polling station compound. So I'm guessing he's saying that GCOM hasn't provided the staff to guide persons clearly to those various locations. Nevertheless, I haven't seen anybody complaining out here of not being able to vote because they have not been able to locate their polling station. So it may have been something that you see I beat up anybody, you best watch for a sweo, not a soul being beat up. Watch what you're saying. People getting sued. Me put me on the police. All right. Yeah. But Clayton talking about me. Yeah. Clayton talking about me. And anyway, so this bye. Oh, anyway, so we're gonna go. I was told that there's another polling station at Seafield Nursery School, and also there's another one. Seafield Nursery School. And where else this at? This at the community center in Seafield as well. So we'll go check those two locations out, and then we'll head out to Sophia to see what else is going on elsewhere.
That belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river. That belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass. peaceful people struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo.
So guys, we're heading to the Seafield Nursery School. And that's going to be the last polling station we check out in Sophia. Then we'll head to another area to see what exactly is going on. As I said, persons are coming out slowly but surely. At least I do remember the last elections that I voted in. Persons were out early, especially at my polling station. They were out early. So they had lines from very early in the morning. But persons may be coming out a little later. So this is the Seafield Nursery School. Another polling station here. Again, not a long line. We're actually not any line at all. Persons in the polling station getting ready to vote. As I said, a lot of security on the ground. GCOM seems to be pretty organized. I haven't heard anyone other than Mr. Hines complaining about anything going on untoward. And even what he was complaining about in terms of voter assistance, there have been numerous publications by GCOM, by political parties themselves, asking persons to go to these websites to find out exactly where it is you have to vote and your polling station, I should say. So somebody's probably calling me. Oh. Yeah, so you can find out where your polling station is, and you don't have the issue of going to different polling stations, because you're unaware of where you're supposed to be voting. But nevertheless, so if you look on this, but it's a bit far. I don't think you guys could see it, but it's a white banner on the outside of the polling station. Now it says polling place, Seafield Nursery School. It has the polling station number. It has the description of the polling area. It has the alpha split and the room number, right? So the first one says polling station number 1, 41332E. There's an I in bracket. That's the polling station number. Then for the description of the area, it has persons living on and behind Feynman Corner to Lamaha Canal to Seafield Reserve to D Field. The alpha split is A to F. The room number would be lower flat, room 1. So there are 3 polling stations at this location. Then there is polling station number 2, 41332E, and that has 2 I's in the bracket, and that is the persons living on and between Feynman Corner, Lamaha between Feynman Corner to Lamaha Street to Seafield Reserve to D Field, right? And polling station number 3, same number 41332E, and it has 3 I's in the bracket, and it's basically the same information. Now the alpha split for polling station number 2 is from G to NA, and the alpha split for polling station number 3 is from NB to Z, right? And all these polling stations are located within this polling area. Within all these polling stations are located at the Seafield Nursery School, right? So it caters for D Field, persons living on or between Feynman Corner to Lamaha Canal to Seafield Reserve to D Field here, right? So 3 polling stations at the Sophia Nursery School. We're gonna head out and see if we can capture some more locations. We're pretty close to industry. We may go. Let's see. Let's see. Bye.
Daytime or night.
So we're gonna be moving off from here, heading to guess the Rumville to the penitence area there to see what's going on. See if we could talk to some more voters and probably some candidates as well. We may head into Kitty as well too. We're on the road today. Morning to everybody. Thank you guys for joining the live. Please remember to share the live. Share the live. The voting process has started here in Guyana, and based on everything we've seen thus far, it seems to be going pretty smoothly. Not too many complaints from voters or political parties, at least not to me. And again, general and regional elections 2025 seem to be off to a very smooth start. Okay. Where's my phone? All right, guys. So we in transit. So I'm gonna leave you with some music until we get to the next location.
Time or night, though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people, Struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Make no mistake, we ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces
So, guys, we're going to be heading to Guyok Park. There's a polling station there. I was told there's one at Turning Point as well. There are two on Kaikan Street. All these are South Georgetown areas. And we're just going to see what the mood is like out there. If there are long lines, disgruntled voters, disgruntled party operatives, just finding out what is happening on the ground. So that at the end of it all, persons have a clear idea of how this voting process went. And it will help to bring confidence in the results so that persons can see that it's not a case where, it was an elections with a bunch of issues as persons have been trying to make it out to be, lamenting on GCOM not being prepared and that kind of thing. However, GCOM, by all accounts, have shown that they are ready and performing well at these elections. As I said, the only issue I heard was from Clayton Hines, who spoke of GCOM providing voter assistance to persons in terms of them knowing where um, to go and where their polling stations are. But I say to you again, GCOM, leading up to this election, and political parties as well, have been, they had apps, all kinds of stuff for persons to use to locate their polling station without an issue. So, whilst it is an option of yours to probably wait till election day to find out where you're voting, but persons, more prudent persons, um, would have most likely decided to, find out that location beforehand, so that on elections day you know exactly where you're going. You could cast your ballot and then head in and relax. So we're at turning point now. Right, so this is another polling place here at turning point. It seems like they have two polling stations at this location. As you can see, GCOM staff, the GCOM doing their drop off. I see there's a peace officer on the inside of the gate there, to ensure that there is peace and tranquility during the voting process. Right? So this is turning point here. This is in the Tocqueville area. I was told that there's also another polling station at the Tocqueville Secondary School. So we passed there as well. So this vehicle seems to be moving around or doing logistics for the Guyana Elections Commission. Out here as well, not many persons on the outside. Maybe they came early and voted and went back in, but not many persons on the outside here. No long lines out here at all. The time is now 7:44 in the morning, and again, polls opened at 6 a.m. and persons have been coming out to exercise their franchise, and we have not been seeing long lines at the polling stations. Persons who have come out to the stations that we would have visited already, based on the few that I spoke to, have not said that they would have had any issue in terms of casting their ballot, finding their polling station, anything of the sort, any issue with the GCOM staff, nothing like that. And it seems to be the same thing around here. Persons coming out slowly but surely, I guess. And we'll go to the Tocqueville Secondary School to see what's happening on that end as well.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from? Guyana. Ghana? No, Guyana. Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughter. And we have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none must slippy. Guyana, me say big up no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Much time, my city, are the hypest. We see them gyal wind up in a some liquor digest. We are hustle from morning till night. Catch them finno, Guyanese get a youth not like press. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them think priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the.
So this here is the Tocqueville primary. I think the secondary is in the same compound. There is some construction going on here currently. I do see some police personnel in the compound, so I guess they're still using it as a polling station still. The entrance may be on another side. But this is one of the many schools the government has been upgrading since 2020. Since 2020. So this is the Tugville Primary School. This is a polling station in here as well. Again, no long lines, no long lines at all. As I said before, last election, when I got to my polling station, there was pretty long lines out there in terms of persons waiting to vote. But this morning, I don't seem to be seeing a lot of persons standing on the outside waiting to get in. Oh, Lord. So this is the entrance here for the Tugville Primary School, which is functioning as a polling station today. This voter is making her way on the inside. We're not going to be going on the inside of the polling station. That would be against the rules. So, and as you know, they do not want to have any phones or cameras on the inside. So this is the Tugville Primary School polling station entrance. And as you see, persons are showing up to cast their vote.
Everything done, you're going to get your graduation and you're passing out and that kind of stuff.
That's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still at times we are get IBM from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughter. Is we have the land. What many ask for, we never see Katrina or those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we sure them pretty. The man full of faith, we don't know none must slippy. Guyana, we say big up on the city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop fast. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, hey master, one up fully. A one-time records. 592, we think that. Hello, Wagwan. 592, you know what atmosphere.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana.
Raleigh, you know.
What up, fully? Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughter. And we have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none was slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free. Land of the many waters, resources and trees. Land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese. Land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians. And Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city. Are the hypest, we see them gyal wine up in a some liquor tight dress. We are hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them think priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So a marshal, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughter. Is we have the land, what many ask for, we never see Katrina or nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none was slippy. Guyana, we say big up on no city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, hey master, one up fully. A one-time records, a 592, we think that. Hello, Wagwan.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana.
Raleigh, you know.
What up, fully? Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughter. And we have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina.
So guys, we're at the East Brumville Secondary School. This is another polling area. This one seems to be a lot more active than the few that we would have visited in the past. If you look over at the far building beyond the cars there, you'd see persons there on that end. It seems to be a steady flow going into this polling station. They do have a short line at the bottom of the stairs there. Some persons who were able to vote already hanging out at the bar opposite the polling station. Some other persons taking some elderly persons so that they can vote. So this is the first polling station that we have come to and seen a bit of a line. Not more than about 10 persons lined up there waiting to go inside. Anyway, yeah. So as I said, this is the only polling station where we were able to see um, some persons lining up here. There are some persons on the outside as well who would have voted already, and they're just hanging out around the polling station, right? Again, here I haven't heard anybody rowing or quarreling about the process at all, as it seems to be going smooth. It seems to be going smooth here, right? Again, this is the East Rumville Secondary School, another polling station here in the South Georgetown area, where persons, I believe, from um, the back circle area and those streets surrounding that area, they'll be coming here to vote. Not saying that that's etched in stone, but that's one of the closer communities to the school that I would know by name, right? So I guess persons from on the back road, this side, on the front road on this end here, they'll be coming in to this polling station here to vote. I think there's another one set up over the road as well. I do see a tent there and some police operatives will go just on the outside to see. So we just saw south, well, I should say, east. Morning, morning. We're going to jump. Yeah. Yeah, man. So this is East Rumville. Over here at North Rumville as well, there seems to be a polling station as well. Not as much activity. I do see a policeman in there, but I don't know. I see two police out here. I don't know. Um, I don't see a sign on the gate saying that this is a polling station. It may be a logistics location for GCOM, but I don't see a sign stating that this is a polling station. So, no, I don't think there's a polling station at North Rumville, just at East Rumville. They may be running logistics from this compound, right? And again, I think persons are coming out a little later to vote. Not everybody here at 6 a.m. to cast the ballot, but most persons seem to be coming out a little later. Let's see if we could talk to these two people coming out here. No, they're trying to catch the bus. Let them go. Time with a bye. What? All right, guys. So we can move on from this location and head somewhere else to see what else is up. So I think we're gonna head to Alboystown. to see what's going on in there.
Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none must slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city, are the hypest. We see them gyal wind up in a some liquor tight dress. We hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them, we not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So I'm Marshall, I drop the Guyanese bomb for feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese slang, Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughter. Is we have the land, what many ask for, we never see Katrina or nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none must slippy. Guyana, we say big up on the city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, every master one up fully. A one-time records, a 592, we think that. Hello, Wagwan.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughter. And we have the land, yo, where many ask for, we never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty.
So as I said, persons are coming out slowly. As you could see, there are persons who are taking the elderly out. I guess these persons here are now returning home from voting with their grandparent or whoever that person is to them. And the morning seems to be starting out a bit slow. And well, at least here in Georgia, I don't know what's happening in the other regions. I haven't been able to scroll Facebook to see posts from the polling stations in the other regions. So I'm just giving you a quick view of the few polling stations that I know of in the capital city. Passing to see what's happening there, right? So we are driving along Independence Boulevard here between East La Penitence and All Boys Town. I think there's supposed to be a polling station at around here. There's a health center in the area, and there should be a polling station pretty close by there. So we're gonna go there, see what's going on. We'll take a break so we can do some charging of the batteries. The live stream pulling a lot of power on the device, so we're gonna have to stop, charge up, and come again probably in a half an hour or so. There seem to be a lot of people on the inner streets of All Boys Town. um, standing around. Let's go on the inside and see. Nice roads here in Alvistown. Speed humps and stuff. You know, this community has really been transformed from what it was to what it is today. Right, so we're in the heart of Alvistown here. Yeah, so there's the health center. No, there's no polling station there. I was thinking that we would have had a polling station at this health center. We're going to go around and avoid this garbage. Okay, so the polling station's at the nursery school. Looks like it's at the Selman Fraser Nursery School. So we're going to take a quick look-see. So this is the, make sure this music off, right? So this is Selman Fraser Nursery School. And there's a polling station here. Yeah, so this is another polling station here, the Selman Fraser Nursery School. Again, no lines out here as well. Everything seems to be calm. The process seems to be going fine. Again, several peace officers on location to ensure that there is no sort of disruption by persons who may have ulterior motives of this election day. But, yeah, man. Right, so this is Selman Fraser here. Again, no long lines or anything of the sort. Police in place, GCOM staff in place. Polling station is open. It's been open since 6, and persons are coming incrementally and voting. See more persons are arriving in vehicles to vote. Somebody is saying the chat a song like an old man.
Faith, we know none was slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop fast. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America. Some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city, are the hypest. We see them yellow wine up in a some liquor digest. We are hustle from morning till night gets. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line, them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them think priceless. Timber, bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, My army is the finest. I mean, I talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So I'm Marshall, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese slang. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop fast. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughter. Is we have the land, what many ask for, we never see Katrina or those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city, girl born in gold dust, so we sure them pretty. The man full of faith, we not know none was slippy. Guyana we say big up on the city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop fast. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, hey master one up fully. A one-time records, a 592, we think that. Hello, Wagwan.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana.
Yeah, Alan Khan. So we're approaching Charlestown here. This here is the road being widened, so you may see a lot of breaks in the road and stuff like that. But this road is being widened into a 4-lane. So please don't think that that's just how the road is. There's a lot of construction happening around the country. And that Sussex Street Road there is going to be widened to a 4-lane. And then it's going all the way to Mandela. So you'll be able to drive all the way straight through there to Mandela Avenue. So we're in Charlestown now. As you know, there's 2 schools in this area here. I do see one being used as a polling station. The entrance to the other is on the other side in the side street. So we go over there in a few, right? So Caramel Secondary is being used as a polling station as well. They are, again, not many persons on the outside. I'm thinking most persons are able to get into the compound and then they may have to queue up for the voting process. But hardly anybody lined up on the streets. GCOM officials doing their checks and stuff. Polling agents and stuff on the ground here already as well for Charlestown. I see senior police officers within the compound as well. As you can see to the back there, there are persons there, I guess, waiting their turn to cast their ballot. And again, no long lines. Where you finding your name? Oh. So this is the first guy I've heard who said he went to St. Pius. Okay. So this is as he said, he's a first-time voter. He went to St. Pius to check for his name. He didn't find it there, so he's here now. And again, there was a lot of effort by persons, GCOM and political parties as well, in terms of educating persons on their polling station and where they need to go to vote, right? GCOM has been advertising heavily on social media, on the social media platforms. You had to scan the QR code. And this would have taken you to some software, I think online, where you put in your name and it gives you the polling station that you need to be at. So I don't think it's a lack of effort on the part of GCOM or political parties. All the political parties did voter education. I must say, all political parties did voter education. So I don't think it's for the want of effort from the political parties or GCOM. I think some persons were just I don't want to say they didn't take it seriously. They probably didn't put as much effort into finding out exactly where their polling stations are. A lot of persons have voted before, so they have an idea of where their polling stations are usually. But you never know, due to whatever, there may have been some changes. There may have been consolidation of polling stations. If, take for instance, like this school has a big compound, it may be able to hold more than one polling station. So rather than spreading it out all over the place, they just bring everything into one. Um, Nevertheless, I think that software is still up and running at GCOM there, so persons can go scan the QR code, put your information in, so you know exactly where you're going to vote before before you get before you head out to the wrong polling station, right? Again, a lot of persons helping the elderly, helping the elderly.
No English, no English. How Tocqueville left for me ID card and Tocqueville is not me address. I live by Storm.
Okay,
And
probably
she
was living
checked
in
up.
Tocqueville
I
when you
never left
registered.
Tocqueville by.
So why you didn't go and correct it?
I don't know nothing. Now I go and check this thing. I never vote. So
Yeah, but
now
if
I go
you
and check
ID
this
card
thing.
got Tocqueville and you don't live Tocqueville, why you didn't go to GCAM way before and correct
Now
it?
I know though. I don't know though. I know when I go in Western Union, them place is 64 James Street. I still stuck up on this ID. That's the only idea I ever give GCOM when I register for this.
So you say your ID card got Tocqueville?
Tocqueville.
I don't know if it's a yeah, brother.
They're doing their own thing. And when I went and registered for this, Mandela there, I just like these people in 64 James Street by stuff.
Yeah, but why
And
collect
again,
it with the wrong information?
how I collect it? I collect it with that is now I come in there and this someone check me thing and I see it. I never get done. This issue I never get done. It's 64 James Street by stuff. I register with this ID card.
So we're saying
How
that
the
you're from
hell?
Tocqueville.
How the hell dog saying I got a Tocqueville address? It's the people
Your
them do
your
their own
listen
thing.
there says
It's
Tocqueville.
showing my picture, this picture, and it's showing the Tocqueville address. I don't live there. I never give GCOM Tocqueville
But they
address.
don't even look like you. Does you?
It don't look like me.
You take a photo of the thing that you said you got in there, which you take address in Tocqueville.
It's there in there.
Yeah, but
Punchy thing.
anyway, all right, brother.
Me going on. No fucking vote. I never
Okay.
vote and me I want me.
Well, the got polling station at the Tocqueville Primary School, so probably a name there. But
All I just explaining to that. Where is party? You know, no problem. And then when I go to the certificate, there's a replacement ID card again. Because the 10 man sharing you on the 1,000, the last year ID card. And I have to do a replacement with the same address. You know, I see top in or something.
yeah, but brethren that had claims and objection, you're supposed to check these things beforehand.
So by walk by, don't get them.
Oh well, everybody else say walk your by.
Walk, I get busy.
All right, brother. All right. So, based on my account, this is the first instance I am running into of persons not not being able to vote. So this gentleman here is claiming that he lives in Albistown, and he's telling us that he's listed somewhere in Tugville. I asked him if he took a photo of the listing there as evidence. You understand? And also, again, there was a claims and objection period for you to go and check all these things. But as you heard the gentleman said, he's busy with work, so he didn't have time. He didn't have time. Not one day since the announcement of elections to check on his polling place, to check to see if his name and his address are correct. And for somebody his age, who's saying that this is the first time he's voting. Um, being my first time voting, I would have. This is me, not necessarily something he would do, but I would have been interested in ensuring that my information is correct and that kind of thing, so that I can make my mark. I'm not saying that the gentleman is lying. I haven't seen the list that he spoke of, but again, um, I was looking for my ID card to see if the address is on it. Right? I was looking for my ID card to see if the address was on it. I don't remember, but I'm saying if you registered for Alwaistow and your ID card said Tocqueville, then definitely something seems to be wrong there. Why won't you? Why won't you? Why won't you check on these things beforehand? So I was talking to one of the polling agents here, and he's saying that nobody from Tocqueville votes here. Only persons from All Boys Town, they're voting at this location. He would have also highlighted that um, there's no way for that gentleman to see his name on a Tocqueville list at this polling station. So I don't know what may be the issue with that gentleman there, but um, Tocqueville names won't be here. So good, good. So right, so right. So what he said was is that he went in there and he saw his name marked down for Tocqueville at this polling station. What I'm understanding is that the only names at this polling station is for the areas that fall under this subdivision. So all boys town, and there's a name, the name of the village on the polling station, polling place. You see Caramel Secondary School, you see all boys town. So they will not have any names for anybody voting in Tocqueville here. So I don't know how he's saying that he saw his name for Tocqueville on this list when Tocqueville names are not here. So you know, I was trying to get some clarity from persons working on the inside, and they're saying that it's impossible for the gentleman to see his name on this list with a Tocqueville address, as no one from Tocqueville is listed here to vote, as this is a polling station for persons dwelling in all boys town and all these sub districts.
No problem, let me go.
So that is why it's important for persons to check where your polling station is. Check where your polling station is, right? Check where your polling station is before you leave home. Use the app, put in your information, and see where you're voting to avoid coming to the wrong polling station. Not because you may have voted at Carmel Secondary at the last election, definitely means you're going to be voting at Carmel Secondary at this election. So please go on the GCOM website, check to see where your polling station is, check to ensure, morning, morning, check to ensure that you know where you're going so as to not to waste your time and your effort, and not to get yourself frustrated as well, um, due to the process. We're finally seeing a little bit of queuing up here. We're going to move to another location to see what else is happening. But this here is Charlestown, and that's the Caramel Secondary School there. Persons coming out to vote. The streets are dead, in my opinion. As you know, today has been made a holiday so that persons are able to go out and exercise their franchise. And we are hoping that GCOM delivers results in a timely manner. In a timely manner. Based on what we've been seeing so far, I must say hats off to the team at GCOM. They seem to they seem to have themselves in order, and that is excellent in my opinion. Just here, this school here, this here is Charlestown Secondary School, and there is a polling place here as well. Um, so Caramel is dealing with persons from All Boys Town, and then this is Charlestown Secondary, so persons from the Charlestown area and close by communities, they'll be coming here to cast their ballot as well. Security and so in place, and the polling is happening within the school. So, the agents and the voters are out of the sun, out, and they're able to vote in some sort of comfort.
What up, fully? Yeah, yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughter. And we have the land, you were many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none must slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed, Bonga.
All right, guys. So we're going to be taking a break from this broadcast. Charge up the devices and stuff, and we will come live again for you at around 10 a.m. To give you another update, see what GCOM is saying and stuff like that before we come live again. To the persons at home, there aren't many lines, especially at the polling stations I saw. So try to get out early, cast your vote. You can head back in and relax yourself. Let's wait for these results. And again, I'm imploring persons to operate in an orderly manner on these elections, on this election day and the days to come after. Please operate in an orderly manner. Let us respect the will of the people of the country. Let us respect the agency that has been tasked with conducting elections and giving us the results of those elections. And let us, if we are in any doubt of those results of these elections, let us go along the right path in terms of seeking redress. Okay, so again, please let us continue to be orderly. Let us continue to operate with sense, and as we watch and wait for the results of elections 2025. Guys, take care. You'll hear from me soon. Be safe on the roads if you're going out to vote. And as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.